Hello again to those that are following Russell Rune deck. So I pulled the symbols off of the website, today. And so we've got sun, night, day, moon, union, energy. And then when I was watching, I'm slowly being able to watch the videos, right? Because I don't want any interference in what is coming through to me. And he showed owl. And so I'll get to this little interesting twist that I see in that. Okay. But so here is the symbol of sun. And I talked about this the other day, right? When I was talking about the 4, right? And how there's almost like this little bit of the Sigel in there. And there's also this interesting part of what came to me right off the bat is that the sun, this symbol is the spark of intelligent constructs. Especially important for our masculine energy. Doesn't matter whether you're male or female, we all have masculine energy. And it's also this energy that comes through, right? When Jara, the harvest, has gotten the union. So when you have come into the union within yourself, especially, right? There is this, if we think about the sun in the form of the tarot, right? There's this overwhelming joy that kind of just emanates from you. I also got that it's as if we are looking at the reflections of Lagu, of our emotions, And how that came to me as well is I was taken to Hank Wesselman, Now, Hank Wesselman has passed, and I did a shamanic journey with a friend of his, when he passed, and it was something in honoring of his wife and in honoring of Hank, because my shamanic teacher was very good friends with Hank, and just kind of a energy that we were putting out of sending, it's like good tidings, right, to Hank on his journey. So Hank is a shaman, right, and this is one of his books if you are interested in that. And what Hank told me in that journey is he said that we are all rainbows made of stardust. And so if we think about the rainbow, what makes the rainbow? It is the reflection of the light and the water. So I'm really seeing that there is some of the energy of the rainbow in here, of the reflection of the light, and the water and the goo. Hank also gave me that this is mana, which is required for growth, but especially of growth for the Akua, and the Akua is God, goddess, ghost, spirit, and mana is that spiritual life force that permeates everything in the universe. And they also showed me like a vessel. And that this mana, this sun mana, is required for our soul growth. They also said to me, Mahala ki Akua, thanks to God. And they showed me a Polynesian symbol, somewhat like a rune, right? And it is many, many seagulls, okay, all together, upright and upside down, all laid on top of each other. And that is the triad of time, okay, past, present, and future. And so the sun here is definitely a part of the energy of, okay, these time runes, these time, Spirit says to me, timekeepers, okay, and how we use it, right? There's the portal, there's the sun portal, right? How we use it. And what I thought was interesting, and I'm not going to go into the owl today, but I did want to show, okay, a Polynesian symbol here. Okay, can you see that right there? That's part of owl. That is the symbol for sun, which is in owl. And so I find that quite beautiful, okay? But we'll get there when we get there. All right, so let's see here, okay? What does Spirit want to tell us about this symbol of the sun? Okay, the symbol of the sun. It is very energetic. It is alchemy, okay? It is, we're all very connected to it. And again, I'm taken back to Hank, right, telling us that this is mana, that's getting into every layer of our being, okay? And that the sun can get kind of put out, right? They're almost telling me this irritated energy, this bothered energy of the sun is that I'm giving you what you need in order to grow. And you choose to not use it appropriately. Okay, and we can think of that in terms of we are depleting our soil. Okay, we are modifying and adding pesticides to our seeds. That's not very mana-like, okay? As well as we are not taking enough advantage of the life force of the sun, right? What could we do if we were like solar everywhere, you know, that solar could be used? What would that do for Mother Earth, for growing the mana of Mother Earth? Okay, I'm thinking of the vitamin D receptors and how essential they are for so many different functions within our own body form that is also made up of stardust. Okay, we are of the stars, the rainbows. We are we are those rainbows made up of stardust, okay, and water. And we have to reflect upon, this symbol is saying, right, reflect upon how you are treating this very spiritual energy. How are you treating the Akua, the spirit, the god, the goddess energy that is coming to you, that is within you? How are you treating that? Okay. What else does Spirit want to tell us, okay, about the sun? 5 of Cups. And look, there's a little sun, right, on the butt of this lightning bug. And it's trying to light up, right? That there's hope here, and that there's just a little bit of a readjustment that needs to be done in order to align to the alchemy of the sun. I'm also reminded of childhood, right? Because I come from back east in the US, and I'm reminded of childhood and how, people would catch the lightning bug in the little jars, right? And look at their lights and then let them go. And again, harnessing the power, harnessing the mana of light, harnessing the mana, okay, that's required for growth. King of Pentacles, courage and commitment, okay? The sun is the foundation of everything that we require as living beings. The sun is the foundation, okay? And how we balance that, okay? Kind of with the sun and the moon, okay? I love that the lovers are there too, right? This is all like a union. This is all a energy of balance of light and dark. What do we need to know below the surface of this symbol? And I'm really seeing more of that lagu. And here we go, Two of Swords, okay, and Serpentia Soul, right? And isn't soul sun? Isn't that what Serpentia Soul? Isn't soul sun? Let's look that up. Let's see. Soul. Means solar day. Okay, Mars day. Day on Mars. Sol is the sun or the sun god in Roman mythology as well. So yes, Sol, sun. And this is card 21. So if we spend all of our time chasing after the night, okay, are we stuck creating the end of mana? Okay, how do you unstick yourself? Like underlying, like it's all emotional. You're required to emotionally like deal with the serpent. In both of these, we've got these serpent monsters. Like you are required to deal with your dark serpents, okay? That dark energy within you, that shadow side that is not allowing you to have the growth within your mana. What else do we need to know about this sun symbol? Okay, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Again, like I got in one of the other readings, this is not, the sun is not coming up new every day. The sun is the same sun. It is us that we're spinning around, okay? Our atomic world here, our vibration, our frequency, our movement brings us away and back to this mana, giving us chance after chance after chance, okay, to create. The Empress, all right, nurture, right? Goddess, God. The mana is nurturing, right? And it will fill all the cups. Feminine, masculine, non-binary. Okay, Akua. And we have the trio there sitting with the fates. Under the power, right? Again, of this transformation. The blue butterflies to me are all about union. And the divine feminine and divine masculine being in union. And there really is, okay, sitting sometimes in the darkness, in those emotions, in that shadow space, is how we learn to fully integrate and understand and access that frequency of the energy that is already there within us from the sun. Okay? What else about the sun? Okay, again, we're getting here 2 of Cups, and we've got the red and the white, which in the shaman world, I mean, you can't really see here, but I'll pop them off because I'm going to do my altar today anyway, because I do my altar on Tuesdays. But I do on my altar, okay, the carnations, the red and the white carnations for the masculine and the feminine energies, okay? And so the mana is required, okay, for the growth of spirit and the god and goddess spirit, okay, the feminine and the masculine. And it's time for that energy to rise up. Like they are showing me, okay, that these are not just any horses, right? They have these beautiful horns. Okay. Magical, mystical. And there's the devil. Okay. And it's very interesting, okay, because the devil here is very much, okay, has like that symbolism, okay, of being the shadows, being part of our connection to our soul, to infinity. And they're showing me right up the center, right? There's the tree of life. And so we are, again, right behind the devil is the sun. We are moving through our shadows so that when we are in the presence of that sort of awakened energy, right? We wake with the sun, that awakened energy to allow that growth to happen. What else about the sun? Again, we get the 3 of Cups. All right. We have the god and the goddess and the shadows at play together in their emotions. And this time they are in their emotions in the sun, right? At least the shadows of the divine feminine is. Okay, the divine masculine is still maybe a little too proud at the moment. Okay, but it's not that it's not accessible, okay, to both sides of ourselves. And we've got the 8 of fire, okay? And they're really talking to me about, right, the sunstorms, right, those sunbursts, and the communication, the frequency of what spirit is trying to tell us, what the mana is trying to tell us when it has these bursts. Like, there's very important information that we can access in that space if we allow ourselves to. Okay. And let's pull out the animal oracle. The elephant. Okay, the sun has seen, and look at this, the sun goddess. Okay, here behind the elephant. And I believe that this is leadership. But what's coming to me really instead is the energy of, okay, this is a 10. And there is the idea of, right, this completion. And the purple color for me, all right, is also this universal energy. It always means to me that sort of energy of alchemy. And I'm getting that the sun remembers everything. Okay, I'm going to admit to you guys, I'm not really religious, but the idealism of the vocal frequency of let there be light, the sun remembers everything, right? Pachamama, and this is part of what I've been writing about, is the soul space that we all came from, the whole universe, all universes that are in this space with us. Like, it's dimensionally something that we can't understand. And in order for us to come here, we had to flatten the soul space. And when we return to the new earth, it's actually returning home. And I'm not 100% sure on how that will work, but to get here, we had to flatten the soul space and come through this portal. And when we came through the portal, what I was shown is that we went through the darkness, and some darkness attached to us. And most of the universe is dark matter. Okay? And so you cannot have the sun without having the night. Okay? You cannot have the light without having the dark. They are somewhat partners, right? And they're telling me that there is the fact that as soon as the first spark came into the universe, there was light and darkness. And then there was, after that, everything was affinity. Everything was pairs of like energies. Okay? And the light, the mana, remembers all of that. Never forgets. Okay? And has had its hand in growth of every potential within all of the universes here. Okay? So, beautiful, beautiful energy there for the sun, right? But of course, like I said, we have that affinity partnership with the moon. Even though the moon is part of the earth, right? The moon comes from the earth. But it's the idealism of the energy, the alchemy, okay, the spirit force of night, of darkness, rather than necessarily being of moon. Okay, so there is another symbol for moon. So this is more about night, okay, about the shadow, about the work that has to become, part of our process to reflect on our emotions and let the light reflect on those emotions so that we can be the rainbows, but also to understand that, right, the rainbow fades, okay, and then you're back into the shadows and pulling stuff up. And so what came into me with the night here was just that sort of T symbol, okay, that is added to the night rune. And to me, that is the Danish long branch or the Swedish short twig of the letter N, okay? And N is curiosity, independence, adventure. It's the 14th letter, so temperance, patience. For the Egyptians, it was meaning the sun, right? So it's almost like, in part, it can be seen as, right, the child, right? Like if we think of the moon comes out at night as the child of earth, right? It's a child energy sometimes, inner child, right? A lot of shadow work in inner child. And it is the way that we interact with others is what came to me. The night, it has to do with the way that we interact with others. Okay, and there's that balance, that temperance of light and dark. Okay, but again, we still have that reflective nature, right? And we still have that energy of like the. So that was Oliver, who is funny, right? Like he's terrified of things that are unknown. So my husband actually opened the door. Somebody was doing a soft sell call, right? And Oliver has no patience for things like that. He's just scared and he just reacts. And that could be that reflective side, right? Where the night can be curiosity and adventure and that independence, but the flip side is that, right, fear and codependency and having to be right there with mama and terrified of everything. Okay, so thank you, Oliver, for sharing with us, for taking and doing your part of the Rune Rakers, right? So, Spirit, what can you tell us more about the night? Okay, right? People find themselves heartbroken, unhappy, sad at night. Okay, that's where those shadows live. And there's a lot of it that comes up to the surface, like when you crawl into bed at night, right? And you're just alone with your thoughts. And you're not accessing the mana, okay? And suddenly, like, things from the day are replaying in your head So maybe you were at a beautiful family function and you're out in the sun and you're playing and you're having a good time all day, and you get home and you crawl into bed. And you crawl into bed and you replay everything. And I should have said this, okay? My mom would have been happier if I did this. Okay, my dad would have been like giving me the attaboy if I would have done this. Okay, I wish so-and-so was here. There's a lot of energies that come up in the night. And, okay, cursed. This is my card of the codependency, the soul contract, okay? The affliction that we have with others. And if you are in a partnership that is very much that powerful divine energy, a lot of times when that interaction happens, it's no contact until night falls. Night falls and the energies start to mix and the souls start to connect, okay? There's also at the bottom of the deck romance, right? And I don't want to leave that out because there is also that energy of, you know, sometimes for some people that is the only time that romance enters, right? All of a sudden the night comes and they get into their home, into their bed, right? And they, I'm free. Now I can open up to you. Now I can be with you. And so there is a lot that the night offers us in so many ways. Tell us more about the night. The Wheel and Hermit in reverse. Okay, so the Hermit is about, right, illumination. And it is contemplation. It is wisdom, right? But in reverse, it's like hidden, okay? And not necessarily the illumination unless you get the sun hitting the moon just right, okay? And the Wheel, change and possibilities. And it's the octopus. So it's like the portal, right? The moon offers us a portal, just as the sun offers us a portal. And even if you can't really see it, and it feels so minuscule, okay, your energy is such that you, as the octopus, you can get into that. And they're reminding me of the elephant, which I put away. I'm going to see if I can pull it back out. Okay, yep. Right? The arms. And so the sun is holding on to the memories, whereas the octopus, okay, has the timing and ability to release the memories. Okay. So what can you tell us more about under the surface, okay, of all of this energy with the night? Ace of Cups, right? Sometimes that first kiss is in the night, right? We feel safe when that sun is not shining on us, not beating on us, not showing our whole true selves. We can feel safe in the night to open up to someone else, to have that conversation with someone that we would normally be more fearful of having. And it's teaching us, okay? Again, we've got the 9 here, and we've got it as the wisdom teacher, right? And I love because it is, if the moon is the sun, okay, is the moon, although the moon broke off of the earth, is it yet truly the son of the night? Okay, play on words, but still, right? The child, the small child, okay, that we are able to explore, astral project, engage in wisdom, our bodies, process and heal and regenerate through the night. And Page of Cups, right? There's the body going through the nighttime transformation. Night is a symbol of transformation. And it's all based on those circadian rhythms that are created for our bodies, which are stardust, right? And water. And, you know, just the minerals, like we are of the earth. And that circadian rhythm, okay, is completely in tune with our body, as is the moon cycle, okay, in tune with the reproduction of bodies, okay. And women, it's easy to see that a woman is having her cycle, but men also follow the moon cycle, okay, just in a very different way. And their emotions are impacted in the same way that the female is. So what else about the night? Okay. What else about the night? 8 of Cups, doorways, right? Our spirit, our soul can go out and do while we are rejuvenating the body. The soul is working oftentimes, right? My shaman teacher jokes, because people say all the time, you were in my dream last night. And he's like, would you let me get some sleep? Quit calling me in to work with you at night, right? So there's all of these doorways. And with the 8 of Cups here, right? Okay, I'm being drawn to the 3, and the 2 in the middle. Okay, the sun and the night, and there's the divine feminine and the masculine. There's our energies in between these spaces, working through the energies, through these doorways, through the shadow play. Okay, and Queen of Swords comes in here in the night, in the stardust, okay, showcasing that the power of the night is that the night can be the power, right? The night can be the source of healing things, working through things that happen to us during our day, we process in our dreams. The night is power. The night can do so much for us, and yet sleep is something that we do not pay attention to enough. Okay. So what else here about the night? Okay. 9 of Wands. There is a sort of, again, this sort of guarded, passionate energy in the night. And it's bringing up tiger medicine and all the passion that comes with it. And she's grabbing on to a little of that power of the sun, because the sun is still shining in the night, right? The sun doesn't just turn off for us. It's still there. So there's still the ability to pull that mana in 24 hours a day. Okay. And just another reiteration here of Spirit saying, the night is not the moon. The moon is a piece of Earth that is now in the Earth's gravitation. Okay? And we associate it with the night. And it has its own sort of cycle with our circadian rhythms, right, associated with it. But the moon is not the night. Okay? Very important that we address that. What else, Spirit, about night? Again, the Hermit. Okay, I'm sorry, but the night is very much associated with the Hermit. Okay, if you think about the Hermit, right? The deck I want to show you, I actually have right here for my readings that I'm doing for my forecasts this week. And I want to show you this Hermit because that's what Spirit showed me in my head. Okay. And that's also, there's a beautiful sunrise, okay, rebirth. The moon is out at night, but the moon is not night. There it is. Okay, the Hermit, okay, who is the Merlin. Okay, so Merlin here, holding this lantern. Okay, and if you look, there's a glow from the lantern, but that glow is not sunshine necessarily. Merlin is holding up his lantern of the night. Okay, his lantern filled with the magic of the night. And it is pulling in the last little bits of mana, okay, before the sun goes down because the earth is moving. But it is this blue energy, okay, this beautiful night energy that's coming in here, and it's thoughts and processes, and it's illuminating in a very different way than the sun illuminates, and it's getting into the mind, okay, and it's curiosity. The night is the Hermit, okay, it just keeps coming out and coming out. So let's go ahead and pull the Spirit Animal Oracle. Okay. Reliability, the goat. Okay, this is the 19. And that's very funny that that comes out, right? Because, yeah, 19 is the sun. And so I feel like the goat is telling us, right, that the reliability is that the night and the sun are of the same space. Okay, they are of the same, almost like two halves of cosmology, okay, of the creation of us. And that this goat, right, 1 and 9 is 10, okay, there is always light and dark, sun and night. And they're making me think of mountain goats. I don't know if you've ever seen the way mountain goats can climb up these cliffs. right? They just do it. They don't think about the physics. They just climb. Light and dark doesn't think about the physics. It just is. It's just part of our being, part of our creation. That is how we came, right? The new beginning, 1 plus 0, is the light and the dark. The 1 and the 0, the light and the dark. And when we came from the soul space, here the light and the dark came together. And that's why I had to do sun and night together. All right? So I hope you guys are going and listening to the other readers that are exploring these runes, especially Russell. I'm always making sure to tag him so that you can go check out all of his great videos, because he is just this, he is light and a little bit of dark, right? Like he brings a little bit of that shadow work in with us, but he is very, in tune with all of that. And you'll really, if you dig this, you'll dig that. All right. So much love, guys, and I'll see you next time. Bye.